All right, so I wanted to talk about something that AOC apparently said recently. I don't know, the source isn't like, something solid like CNN reports, blah, blah, blah. It's just some random account. Not really random, but I don't know. You can't see it here. It's getting cut off, but it's some account on X. I don't know how newsworthy it is and what have you. But still, maybe she really said this. She is dumb enough. So I just want to talk about it. Um, in the beginning, just as a side note, I said AOC because I hate that stupid nickname. It is so cheesy and dumb and just who calls themselves their initials? And I get it. People do that. You got RFK. You got kind of JD Vance. But the difference is JD Vance is JD Vance. He's not JDV. Hi, I'm JDV. RFK Jr. He goes by RFK because it's like a family thing. His uncle was JFK, then his dad was RFK. It's just a thing they do. So it's like, okay, whatever. This doofus, I feel like she calls herself AOE because she's too dumb to remember her actual name. Oh, what's my name again? Starts with an A, right? Probably not, but it just annoys me. Probably annoys me just because she's stupid. Anyways, what I wanted to talk about was this. Apparently the thing is breaking. Dumbass is livid that she wasn't consulted by Trump before Venezuela's strike. I'm absolutely livid that Trump didn't even bother to consult me before launching this reckless strike on Venezuela. My input could have prevented this dangerous escalation. Okay, first off, she is not nearly as important as she thinks she is, okay? She's a state representative. There's 435 of them. Okay, you are 435th. You are not that special. Second off, just in her state alone, she's one of 26. I think it's 26. It was 27, and then the 2020 census dropped it down to 26. So I mean, technically, when she got in, she was elected in 2019, I think. So that means she would have been part of 27. But regardless, 26 or 27, she's one of. Like, you aren't that important, okay? Why is Trump going to call on you to have a discussion? Let's look at the chain of hierarchy on people who would be a little more important. Let's see, senators. There's 2 senators from each state, so that's way more important. But that's still, overall, they're one of 100. Trump don't care about you if you're one of 100. Let's see governors. They're even more important. There's one per state. But that still means you're one of 50. Trump don't care about you when you're one of 50. You know what he cares about? The people that are one of one. His vice president, his secretary of defense, or war, whatever it is now, secretary of state, his press secretary. The people that are one of one. That's who he cares about. He don't care about you, Miss one of 435. The other thing is, she also just talks crap about him nonstop. One of those delusional lefties, like all of them are. You really think he's going to be like, let me take a minute to call AOC and see what she has to say. Like, no. He doesn't care about you. He knows you're dumb. He's had plenty enough time to hear you speak, just like the rest of us have. He's not going to console you. I gotta see if AOC thinks that this is okay if I go and do this strike on Venezuela. No. He probably didn't even console anybody. He was just like, this is happening. And then made it happen. But, like, you ain't important, broad. Why would he consult with you? This is such a dumb take if this is real. Then also she says, my input could have prevented this dangerous escalation. How? What would you have said? Mr. Trump, or whatever you'd call him, Mr. Fascist, you're a fascist dictator. You are so racist and white supremacist. You should not be attacking Venezuela and taking out their corrupt leader. He needs to stay there and ruin all those citizens' lives. And you need to stop being a fascist dictator to us. He's going to sit there and be like, what? What are you even talking about, stupid? There's literally absolutely nothing that she could have said that could have prevented this dangerous escalation. Literally nothing. What would she have said? I don't care who you are. You could be the smartest person in the world by far of all time. You could have like a 250 IQ. And you could come up with this real eloquent thing to say to him. It still wouldn't have prevented anything. If that's what he wanted to do, that's what was going to happen. Like... But regardless, the thing that really just gets me is just because of how stupid this overall take is. One of 435. If you add everything together, all the governors, senators, and House of Representatives, make it so it's like a big collective of all like the higher ranking public officials. That puts you at what? 435 plus 100, 535, plus 50, 585. So it puts you at she's one of 585, which is something like, what, 11% or something? 17%? I think it's 17%. It's like 1709, blah, 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 something. Oh, not percent. Point 17. You're basically almost 0.2 of a single percent of that whole collective. Like, you really think that your input matters at all, being 0.2? No, you're not even 1% of those people. You're 0.2 of them. You need 5 of you to become 1%. And even then, you're only 1%. You're still nothing. He ain't listening to you. I guess I have nothing else to say. I thought this was a really dumb take by this broad who thinks she's way more special than she is just because she's, I don't know, got a big social media following and has gone on shows like Stephen Colbert and all this. And so, oh, I'm like famous now. You know what you need to worry about, Brad? See, that's actually a problem of hers. She worries more about national issues instead of her own local issues. She was elected, what, by the Bronx or something? So she's a representative for the Bronx. But how often does she worry about the Bronx? Never. She's worried about Trump all the time and national issues. And, oh, I gotta get on TV and whine about something that I know nothing about because I'm only a bartender with no education. She probably has an education, but, you know, I'm just trying to say she's stupid, because she is. But anyhow, yeah, so, like, how about instead of worrying about, you know, countrywide issues, which is the president's job, how about you do your job for once and worry about your district? Something that I don't think she's ever done since she got elected. I think the only time she actually worried about her district is when she was trying to campaign and run for the position. Once she got it, she was like, all right, see you guys. I'm going to go worry about the whole country instead now. I'm going to be on talk shows and promoting, you know, making myself wealthier and building up my social media presence and all this. I don't care about you guys, actually. How about you do your job, stupid? Instead of worrying about other people's jobs.